Hey, Michael, it's Casey, and I saw your video the other day on how you made $200,000 on YouTube, and you went through a whole top 10 list of things to do. And I'm trying to grow my YouTube channel, so I thought we could talk about that today.
It's funny when I put that video out, I was actually thinking of you a little bit, like because we've had conversations both on camera and off camera about YouTube. You're a monster on Instagram. It's where you're comfortable, clearly. Um, YouTube is where you're absolutely getting more discipline. But yeah, I actually thought about you when I created that video. It's pretty
Well,
funny.
let's go through the list.
All right. Well, number one for me was you do not need fancy edits, jump cuts, etc. Lots of people, I think yourself included, feel like you have to be perfect. And I'm living proof that $200,000 on YouTube, no edits. I go live. I do a daily show live with all the mistakes included. So one thing I'm happy to report is you can make six figures on YouTube and never have to edit videos, don't need to pay somebody to slice and dice. So that was my number one.
I know, and I almost signed with a guy spending like 4,000 a month on video editing, and I'm like, seriously, no joke. Like recently, and the more videos that I watch, since my channel is kind of revamping and starting, I'm getting my feed. I've been seeing more videos about starting YouTube channels. So must be in my algorithm, whatever. And so many people have started with not doing tons of edits. And it really is the content. And just like how important like the thumbnails are and the hooks, which I'm sure you'll get into, but it's like that's more important. Your video could be amazing with edits, but if nobody's gonna click on it, what's the point? So I'm like, how can I spend that money if no one's watching my content? And I need to get them to watch the content and be better with my hooks and content delivery. And then step two, maybe down the line, could be, but it's not necessary. And it's taken me a long time because I'm such a perfectionist. But I agree with you, Michael.
There you go. There you go. Well, number two, again, kind of living out loud in front of everyone here is talking about your passion should be easy. Again, I see a lot of people going on YouTube. I see a lot of people chasing money. They're talking about things they have no interest in, no experience in. They read a couple of things and they kind of fake it till you make it, maybe. I'm advising folks to do what I did. Just talk about what you do. I do a daily financial news because I've been reading the financial news for 30 years in a row. I talk about real estate, which I've done for 22 years. I now talk about growing a side hustle, which I've done for 6 years. These are just things that I've done that I could talk about with no prep. So number two is to always be authentic to yourself and talk about your passions.
And I feel like that's really hard for a lot of people, Michael, especially on social media. Because, like myself, I talk about what I feel like people want to hear. Now, it's definitely what I like and what I'm good at and what I know and what I can flow with. It's real estate. But my content has always been so real estate only because I feel like that's what people want to know. Like, I really don't like social media. I don't want to hear what people ate for lunch. I don't care about pictures of their dogs. I don't care about seeing their vacation. You know, I go on social media to consume content that's going to make me better. Like, that's all I have time for. So I don't like the puffery and stuff like that comes with social media and people chest pumping. Like, that just makes me want to like throw up. That's so gross and sick. People have to do it, to grow, and it's gross. And so to me, like, when I do that sort of stuff, it's gross. I don't like to do it, but it's necessary for social media growth. But besides that, have not always been authentic to myself, and that I'm not talking about the other things that make me me. So many people invest in real estate. There's so many people that teach how to do real estate. So what makes me different? And I'm trying to do more of this, but is to talk more about who I am as a person, my other interests and things. Like you'll see people that, maybe we'll talk about real estate, but then they also run marathons, or they do real estate, but they're also like avid Disney World people and they're all about Disney. They have something else that's a personality besides just their thing. And I feel like I've not been authentic to myself online because I only share the things that I feel like people want to hear. And I think I've been a little bit wrong because when I have started opening up and talking a little bit more about other things about my life or things I believe in, it's gotten really good response.
Yeah. Well, I think the community that you're growing wants to know who the individual is, in your case, Casey, right? So yeah, again, folks, stay authentic to yourself. Number three, this is hard for people to hear, but I recommend don't chase AdSense. It is frankly only one of multiple um, multiple ways to monetize. And it's really important in the beginning because if you're chasing AdSense, it will force you to behave one way, which is negative doom. You can grow remarkably fast. And I've seen channels blow up in the real estate space by just doing daily videos on real estate crash and doom and more doom.
Yeah.
Trust me when I say, I've talked to people who have done this for years in that negative space. They are not happy. They feel trapped. The community that they build is full of doomers and is toxic. They can't get out of the way. I know channels with over 500,000 subscribers that do some forms of doom, and the creators are miserable.
Yeah.
Think about that. Building a channel for 5 years or whatever it is and being miserable. Folks, don't chase AdSense. Chasing AdSense and AdSense alone will crush your soul. And the other thing is monetization. Again, I've only been doing this for a little bit over 5 years. AdSense is my second smallest monetization. Second smallest, right? We've got books and courses and events and swag and all these things. AdSense is small in comparison to
Oh
what
yeah.
else is possible. So that's number three. Don't chase AdSense.
Yeah, and honestly, I don't care about AdSense. Me being on social media, me doing Instagram or YouTube is to share information, to teach people how to buy rental properties the right way without taking risks, without shiny object syndrome and going overboard. And if people want to buy my coaching program or whatever and join that, fine. But I love to teach. I love to be here and share the knowledge that I have and the experience of being in real estate since 2007. I like to be on camera. Like
Yeah.
never not, being on camera thing is relatively new, but I've loved to always be center of attention and be the one that's allowed at parties and be the one that wants to get on stage and make a speech. So me being center of attention, which a lot of people that do social media, I mean, it sounds weird to say, but they like to be front and center. Like,
Mhm.
hello, my husband is not that. And you'll never catch him ever, even an inkling of a thought wanting to do any of what I do.
Yeah.
It takes a special kind of person to do that. So just having the opportunity and the guts and moving forward and doing YouTube, doing Instagram, all those things is my reward. You have to do so much content and be so good to make any real money on YouTube. It's
Yeah.
like, why? Like pointless. No, I would never want to do that.
Yeah.
So for me, chasing AdSense, it'd be great to be monetized and I'll get there one day and get a few dollars here and there, but it's never gonna like buy my going out to dinner. Like it's not gonna pay my $500 Costco bill a month. I mean, maybe one, every 10 days more like maybe down the line, but I think that would be a poor goal for anyone to really try and go for.
Yeah. Number four, focus on the community, not clicks and not subscribers. One of the things you have to understand if you're going to go at this the way that I did is you gotta create a tribe, your community. Again, you can do amazing things with a community of 400 or 4,000. It doesn't have to be 4 million. So focus on community, not clicks, not subscribers.
Community is great, and I have to agree, like, on my Instagram, I have these loyal followers who is so awesome because whenever there's a meanie person that is nasty in the comments, I got my little peeps to, like, back me up and say, "Casey's amazing, you suck," It's like, "Shut up," So even just having like that sort of community is amazing. And, like we always say, meeting other people and just being in the niche and around other successful people is one of the things that I wasn't expecting to get from being on social media and meeting people like you and others, especially going to your event. I mean, wow, how cool is that? And that's really not possible without social media.
Yeah. Number five, this is why you and I are talking every week. Number five, find two or three other folks with your same passion, in our case, real estate, and schedule weekly calls. So many people come on YouTube think they have to be the only talking head. If you can schedule calls with other people you know and respect, you can have amazing conversations. You can call it a podcast if you want. But again, if you want to make YouTube easier in the beginning, find 2 or 3 other folks, schedule calls weekly. You won't make every week. You're not supposed to, but you'll make most weeks. And content is a lot easier when you do it together.
You're so right. And you're so right. You're so right. You're so right. Because, going back to starting the regular YouTube channel of me doing a video like the ones I've done recently on Thursday nights at 5 Central, if anybody wants to subscribe and watch. But they're just me talking to the camera. I have a script. I've thought it out. Like I have my points and da-da-da. And it takes sometimes hours to do a whole thing from start to finish, from idea, from the thumbnail and the title, to the script, to videoing it, to, yes, cutting out some of the dead parts, because it's easier to have a flow conversation with someone than talk to yourself and be like, oh, I messed up. Oh, wait, I got off topic. Oh, wait, let me pause. What was I saying again? And then you got to go through and watch your whole thing and cut out all those like spots with no talking. And, it takes a lot of work versus this, like, oh my gosh, so easy. So podcast coming soon. Like I'm going to do my regular videos, but I am also going to do a legit podcast that goes on a podcast platform and has a name. And I will be doing interviews, and it's going to be more of like, not just real estate, but real estate, financial freedom, how to make money at home, how to raise a good family and not spend all of your time at work, so you can kind of have your cake and eat it too, making money at home, being present. So those are things that are important to me, which was why I was a stay-at-home mom for 10 years, which was why I decided rental income was for me, so that I could kind of stay home with my kids, but still make money. So podcast coming soon on that. And I think that's going to be like even easier than the YouTube videos I make, because it will be
Oh, no
conversation.
doubt. No doubt. No doubt.
Less
Number
editing.
6, you got to find your voice, enjoy the journey, and not rush. A lot of us want it all tomorrow. At least on YouTube, it takes time, it takes effort, it takes swings, it takes at bats. It's okay. Enjoy the journey. It won't happen
Yes.
overnight, but it will happen. And again, finding your voice, finding your rhythm, finding who you are on camera. It's fun. You get to grow. You get to get uncomfortable and move through that. So that's my number 6.
Yeah, I love that one. And finding your voice, like it took me quite a while to find my voice and be able to talk on camera. And what am I going to talk about? And what are my blurbs, and what do I stand for, and what are my things that I kind of repeat and say all the time that are my identifiers for my niche. So learning what that is important. And honestly, like the past couple of months, I've been reevaluating what those are. Like I said, trying to bring more of my other life, my real life, besides just real estate. If anyone looks at my Instagram, besides the past 2 months, it's been 99% of all content has been how to be an amazing real estate investor, how to this, how to do that, how to do this, how to do that. And it has been less fluff and less, about, like if I was a marathon runner, but I'm not, I don't really have a thing. Mine's like, being a mom and like weaving all of the life balance
There's
together and
nothing
how to raise
wrong with
good
just
kids.
being a mom.
I
It's
know,
the most
I know.
important
But
job.
it is, it is, it is. And it's great. And that's the other thing too, is my daughter will be 13 in a couple weeks, and times are fleeting by. Like, I know my parents always said, time flies, time flies. I'm like, yeah, yeah, yeah. I feel like every decade that goes by, it gets cut in half even shorter. Like it
Yeah.
just goes by so fast. My littlest one is 6. I don't have a baby anymore. No
Mm.
more babies. And so it's like really spending time with our kids is so important. So anyways, yes, finding your voice is important. And I think, again, it goes back to one of the other topics of you have to be careful to not give the people only what they want, but do it for you too, and make
Mhm.
yourself like a well-rounded person. Because if you're not having fun on Instagram, and I'll say sometimes it's a chore. It's a chore. It's not always fun for me to do Instagram. I love these things with you. It's not a chore. The conversations are not a chore, but it's how to pump out content for the algorithm and to get likes. It sucks. Like that part of it
Mhm.
sucks.
Yeah.
So making it more fun, not making it such a job, you know, to me, if you're doing something long term and you're not looking for, oh, I'm gonna, grow exponentially super fast, make tons of money doing whatever super fast. If you realize it is a journey, then you can have much more fun with it. And
Yeah.
that's what I'm trying to let go of. And trying to let go of the have to be perfect and the perfectionism, and just let it go and see what
Yeah.
happens and be you.
Number 7, all you need is your phone. In fact, even today, 6 years later, I've done 1,000 video live streams. I do live streams, the daily financial news on my phone. I don't have to. I have this fancy camera, fancy lens, but I do the daily financial news on my phone just to show people who are starting out. All you need is a phone. If you want to
Yeah.
step up, I have a wired microphone. Where's the camera? There it is. You can get wireless, but I'm cheap. Phone, microphone, go. All you need. And today's the phone's amazing. I do daily
I
show
know.
still.
So I was gonna say, like today, like phones are great. Like I don't have an iPhone, but I have an Android. But the phone quality, I have a Pixel. It's fucking phenomenal. The phone quality is phenomenal nowadays. I remember when I first like had a Facebook account, I had like a flip phone, can't take pictures with that. Was it like probably a half megapixel camera? Like that wouldn't have worked. But you don't need all the fancy stuff. I have the fancy camera now that I bought in December, and it's great. And I'm glad that I have it. But I've also been on Instagram for 5 years, like, okay, Casey, time to step it up now. I've been doing this for, 4 years or 5 years or something since 2019. It's time I can get a camera. But otherwise, before that, I had some crappy camera my husband used to have for work that I would make for my 4 other YouTube videos I made in 2020. But otherwise, the phone is all you need. You're right. You don't need tons of fancy camera, but I think something you do need is at least a good microphone.
Yep.
So wired or not, the sound quality has to be there. And one thing that I haven't done with my Instagram content when I make my Instagram videos is actually put a microphone to my cell phone. And I haven't done that. So I need to do that. That's on my to-do
Next
list.
step. There you go. There
Yeah.
you go. Number 8, you are building a long-term brand with nearly unlimited upside. I really believe that. If you find your passion, your thing, and you treat it like, with consistency, you are building a brand. How do I know that? I think it was about 6 months ago, somebody reached out to me and offered me $1 million to buy one rental at a time, trademark books, courses, content. They wanted to buy everything,
Really?
yeah, together. Um, I said no, of course. But
Yeah.
yeah, you're building a long-term brand. So just understand what you're building.
That's awesome. You probably remember like the picture of like it's like some drawing and it's always all over the place. And it's a picture of a guy and he's got his like whatever, his hacking chisel thing, and he's like his pickaxe and he's picking out to the wall, trying to reach freedom on the other side. And he's 1 inch short. And he's like, oh, I'm gonna give
I
up.
give up. Yeah. Yeah.
So that gives me the chills. And I even say that gives me chills every time I talk about the story because I don't want that to be me. And I feel like that is what giving up is. So you never know if you're giving up right before you're going to make it.
Yeah.
So can you ever give up? Can you ever do that to yourself? No, you never know how close you are to massive success in whatever it is that you're doing. So
Yeah.
there is no option to give up. And there's no such thing as failure because every quote failure you think you have, that's a win. It's a freaking learning experience because guess what? You're going to change something and make it better. You're never going to do that again. And that failure, quote failure, might be a stepping stone, the stepping stone you need to take the next leap, to make that extra decision, or to just move farther ahead. So no giving up, no quitting. And I always think of that picture of the guy chiseling his way, almost breaking through, but never making it.
Yeah. Number 9, if you're going to be on the internet, this should be obvious, but still shocks people. You will get hate, doom, and nasty people. Just block them and move on. Don't give them a second of thought. Um, it does happen. I'm getting actually more hate now than I did a year ago. At the end of the
And
day,
that's good.
as you get bigger, it will come in higher frequency. Find the block button, let it go into the ether. It's easy.
Yep. Yes. And so when I first started, I would get some hate comments and I still do like, oh my God, I had a comment on one of your videos, or was it my video? I don't remember. See, it was YouTube. I don't even know. And someone said I had the voice of Lois, whatever, the mom and family guy. I'm like, you asshole. So I'm like, and first of all, I didn't even know who that was. So of course I had to go
Get
to
up.
Google and say, who's this person that and then as soon as I saw the cartoon, I'm like, oh, I know exactly the voice this jerk is saying that I sound like. Oh, mean. And that was just the other day. he was like, you should do voiceovers for Lois, whatever. And I'm just like, I realize my voice is kind of nasally. I don't know what I could talk like a man. I could just talk like this, I suppose. I don't know. But like,
Just
and my
let it
sister,
go.
my sister's a big YouTuber, and well, she does YouTube still, but when she was younger, she got so many mean things when she was in her early 20s. Like, it was so sad. So sad to the point that she couldn't even look at her comments anymore. She had to have her boyfriend, now
Wow.
husband, like, look at her social media. Because when you're young, you're super influential and things really cut deep. And a lot of times, maybe because they're true is why they hurt, but you just it comes with the territory, and whenever I see a mean comment, I say, like I said right now to you, I said, that's good. That means you're growing and you're reaching new people, because you're going to start seeing all the haters when you start growing and getting new followers. And that's what I've noticed when I get some good reels on Instagram that get a good reach. I always get some haters, and I'm like, thank you. And what I said to other guys
New
today was,
people.
thank you for engaging on my post and helping me with the algorithm.
There you
Thank
go.
you for
There you
your
go.
content, your
Well,
comment.
here's the last one. And I mean this. I believe everyone can build 10,000 following around their passion, hobby, or area of interest. If you follow the other 9 steps, I believe you can grow to get 10,000 followers on YouTube and or Instagram. Um, I just believe in everyone. It's there for you. So I believe in you.
I believe in everybody too. And I think the biggest key is not to quit, not to give up. If it's something you want to do, don't give up. Now, if it's hurting your family life and it's hurting your relationship with your spouse, maybe, social media is not for everybody. But if you can realize the benefits and you can look past people's BS, and not get offended so much, and just realize, this is one thing that I realized. And it's not like I just realized it, but it's something that people should realize. And that is, nobody cares about you. People only care about themselves. So if you make a mistake, if you mess up one time, nobody cares. No one's gonna be like, oh, you made that mistake on your YouTube video. Oh, I can never watch you again. Oh no, you posted something similar twice. Oh no, I can't watch you again. Oh no, you messed up this. I can't watch you again. Oh, she sucks. You suck. Nobody cares. No one is paying that close attention to you. And that's the great thing. Nobody cares about you. They care about themselves. So if you're worried about messing up, you're worrying about showing up on camera and looking dumb, guess what? Nobody cares. And guess what? Hardly anybody's going to see it anyways. So who really
Exactly.
cares?
Just
Just
keep
do
going.
it, just do it.
There you go. Casey, you're amazing. Thank you for being a part of the channel. Thank you for making my Monday conversations fun and exciting. Where can people find you?
People can find me every day on Instagram, Brick by Brick Wealth, on my website, brickbybrickwealth.com, and YouTube every Thursday, 5 p.m. Central. I
Nice.
put out a new video.
Yay! Go, Casey. Thank you.